Let's make America great again. Wait a minute. What portion of America being great are we talking about? Okay, so I'm guessing we got to be talking about the economic wellness of America when America was great economically, right? I hope that's what we're talking about. Kind of. I mean, let's kind of take a trip through history. I'll paint this with a broad brush because time is limited, but 1700s, exportation of furs. America did great. I mean, the environment kind of suffered. Depletion of buffalo and all, the bison. And yeah, not to mention the Native Americans who suffered. 1800s, the exportation of cotton and tobacco. Yeah, I said tobacco. Slavery. And then we move into the 1900s. 20s, Great Depression. We have the implementation of trickle-down economics, the beginning of corporate welfare. That helps to stem the Great Industrial Revolution era. But during that time frame, you had this great amount of separation. I mean, you had the Emancipation Proclamation. Blacks, other minority groups couldn't find jobs. And when they did, it was below the standard when it came to pay, if you even got paid. You also had a lot of people, minority groups, being incarcerated illegally, working on chain gangs. Education systems for minority groups was subpar. You basically had people living in a first world country living as third world citizens. We keep on going past the 20s and we get to the 60s. Okay, addition of 14th, 15th Amendment. Minority groups are still being targeted legally by laws. We know this is Jim Crow eras. Let's move a little further. And maybe I can find this great moment we're talking about. Well, we get into the 90s. Clinton administration. Economy's doing really great. But we didn't know the Clintons, unfortunately, the administration signed into law laws that helped to incarcerate minority groups at a higher rate. We know a little bit about racial profiling. But then we also get into the kind of boom, the housing boom. Houses are being sold, loans are being given. But we find out that a lot of bad loans are given to people that shouldn't have been given to. Minority groups were actually being targeted as well as given higher interest rates purely because of their skin color. Subprime lending was at an all-time high, auto loans. But again, if I got a car versus someone who wasn't a minority, we didn't pay the same thing. I ended up with an interest rate anywhere from 3 to 10 points higher because I was a minority. Well, let's go further. Today's time, we have an issue of justice towards minorities. So I don't really see this great time frame, this point that we're referring to. Make America great again. For who? What point? From what I can tell, America's economic greatness has always been built upon oppression of those who are in America. That's not right. Anyway, I don't do these videos to incite anger or rage. I don't necessarily do them to upset people. I simply hope to inspire people to go out and educate themselves and have an open mind and not to be stuck in looking at something in a singular direction, but to be able to look at something from multiple angles. I share my God with you, for God is love. Have a blessed day.